What's up, guys? I actually did a video earlier, and I decided to take it down because I forgot a few key points here that I wanted to bring to you about the Gemini AS-15P. It's a 15-inch powered loudspeaker. It's 2,000 watts. Okay. This is the boxing it came in. This is the plastic. I had did a total unboxing of it. As you can see, it's already out of here, but it was packed very decent. Had this plastic over it. It's a real thin plastic. It's not as thick as I thought it would be. It's kind of like the plastic you would get from a dry cleaner, maybe. You know, not putting Gemini down or anything. I've had Gemini mixers in my career and stuff like that. You know, I've been in the DJ business for 35, 36 years now, doing house music here in Chicago and abroad. But anyway, I grabbed these particular speakers because I have some young guys that I'm mentoring and I want to get them started into mobile DJing. And I wanted them to see, you know, what it was like to get out here and start earning money doing a mobile DJ service and learning the business for themselves. So I got them a pair of startup speakers, kind of cheap, because if they blew, I wasn't going to stress about it too much. Grab a couple of more. These I bought in Chicago at a place called 123 DJ. It's on Union. I think it's 22nd and Union in Chicago. I'll actually show you the receipt. I actually got two of these, and they came to a total of, I want to say, about three, with 10% tax, they were $385. So the speakers were like $349. But anyway, I got it out of the box. So right now, the handle is very sturdy. I mean, and it has two side handles, as you can see here, you know, to carry them on the side. You can lay these down. It looks like to be like a stage type monitor. One of the things that I was kind of disappointed in this was it didn't have a mid-range for the EQ. It just has a high and a low. I wasn't very happy about that. So you guys here, check it out. There's the equalizer. It just has high and low. You have your master volume. Hope you guys can see that well. I'm trying to get out of the light here. And volume 1, volume 2. You have a set of RCAs, quarter inch and 1/4 inch. You know, we have quarter inch and 1/8 inch jack. You got XLRs. Inputs and output. So two female, one male, max out. And right here, the volume 1 is, and volume 2, they're independent. So they're independent channels, so you can control volume on each channel, on each side. So that's kind of cool. I guess if you have a mic or you hook up a iPad or something to play music or something like that, you know, it's kind of cool to be able to control the volume from the speaker or control the microphone. But they seem to be very sturdy. They also come with wheels. So I don't know if you can see that at the bottom. They have wheels, so you can roll them around. At first I thought it had maybe an extended handle where you can kind of pull them about, but no. And the other thing I didn't like too well was the fact that the power cords come kind of short, you know, so that wasn't very impressive to me, especially for a DJ hookup. I mean, you can purchase longer cords. These are the standard size cords that come with most setups. But I kind of was hoping that these manufacturers would get more into giving DJs at least another foot on their cords. It kind of really helps for setup. You know, it really does, guys. It helps us. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but with the plugs and how they look, just in case you don't. I mean, there's people on here, of course, that have never seen these type of things before. So that's kind of how it looks. You would see sometime on home appliances at home as well. And you can order those plugs, you know, and that's how it looks inside there. And you just plug it on in there. Let's get her in there so you can see. All right. So there you go. There you have it. I'll turn around so you can see the front. Here's the front of it. I mean, it looks good. It's clean. In the box, this box, it says stop. It came with this, so it's your extended warranty, and basically you can review the product online and you know, set up a thing where you can do a review, you know, place a purchase, stuff like that, and they'll give you an extra 3 months on your warranty. And then here is a general booklet. This booklet covers a lot of their Gemini series, the ones that light up and all of that, and take USB drives and all that for you guys that do karaoke or, you know, setups in a way where you're just doing some speeches or something like that. But that's pretty much the booklet that came with it. And that was it. So it was this, the speaker, and the power cord that was all in this box. I have listened to it, you know, the sound and everything. I actually have it set up here on and connected to my Yamaha mixer. So any of you guys that do this professionally realize and know that that's a good thing to do, rather than come directly out of your controller or out of your mixer. Sometimes you want to have another mixer, master mixer, that kind of controls your volume, and you create a ceiling to keep people from blowing your speakers. So I have this little one here. This is a nice one, nice little Yamaha, if you guys want to grab it, you know, or some independent style type mixer that you might want, or brand that you're comfortable with. And I'm using my Denon controller, one of my favorite ones, my Denon DJ MCX 8000. I actually have one of my tracks loaded up that you can find on TrackSource, Beatport, iTunes, what have you, with many other ones that we do and that I have on my label. I have this one set up already for you guys to check out. I'm gonna turn it around. I'm actually in my smaller studio at my home, in the lower level of my house. So it's kind of like my little work area when I work on stuff, because I do work on, you know, a lot of my own equipment and things like that. You got to in this business. But here's how it looks in the back. It's already powered up. So again, down here, if you can see, this is your power switch. All right. And your connections. So here's the XLR, male going, this is the male end going into the female end. This is the male end that would connect to an end of your XLR that looks like that. Then you just carry it all the way over to the master output of whatever mixer or controller that you're using. I usually set these to 12 o'clock. I got these a little past 12 because I was trying to test out peak power and sound and see how hard you could push these. You know, they sound a little crazy to me without that input that I'm looking for, which is on the EQ, the mid-range. So again, you only have right here a high and you have a low. Okay, the low sounds pretty good. I'm gonna play a track for you so you guys can hear what it sounds like. Let's see if we turn around. We got one queued up here, so let's get her going, get her queued up. This track is called Magnificent. You Are Magnificent, featuring Laquillian Moon. spoken word, and also Gemini Porter. It's on TrackSource, Beatport, and it's one of mine as well. So I'm doing that because Facebook and YouTube, of course, will block you sometimes when you use other people's music. And I'm friends with a lot of these DJs and guys that you listen to, and I played with them side by side and gotten music from them, but still, they don't know that. But at the end of the day, let's run this so you can hear a speaker sound, okay? So let's get us here in the center. We're going to hit play here, and you see the meter jumping. Let's bring her up. Right now, we're just getting a lot of highs in this.
I met my ancestors, my beautiful, magnificent African ancestors. Some of you I met in the physical realm, but the rest of you I met in the ancestral realm. See, I felt your energy and your spirit as it took over my body, as the ritual drums beat in unison, putting me in a trance. I felt your spirit. As the trauma consumed my entire soul, I felt your spirit as you came back alive to this earth through me, as you chanted in one of our tribal native tongues. Sezanda, so no se tu umbayama, so no se tu yiganiso, se kula wayo mailuye, turn Africa. Our ancestors, our beautiful, magnificent African ancestors, the source of our benevolent bloodline, so rich and so pure, whose DNA flows deeply throughout our veins, whose DNA is responsible for our magnificent African kinky hair, whose DNA is responsible for our magnificent, beautiful chocolate, almond, copper, cocoa, honey, good skin that we're in. That was kissed by the sun, and that glistens in the moonlight. That melanin, so rich and so pure.
We're gonna do the high and low pass filter.
But it produces in different hues and different beaten for us, hung for us, killed for us, made to feel inferior for us. Survive the middle passage for us. So pour out your libations to the earth and say, Ashe, Ashe. Ashe to the ones captured during slavery and taken from the land where the lions roam free, where you can drop a seed to the earth and it germinates abundantly. The door of no return, I must return, I have to leave and go back to the place where the people look like me. The indigenous name of Africa, which means the land of blacks. America was built for free off of our ancestors' backs. Why do you want to stay on the land in which you're oppressed, when our ancestors died for us to be free so that we could have the best?
Okay. So I guess everybody's waiting on my opinion of this. So basically, they're okay. They're okay. They're not beat down the door type speakers. I would recommend these speakers for small gatherings, speeches, maybe a small fashion show, or wedding or something like that. I would definitely hook these to a sub to get more bottom out of them. So if you DJs are thinking about getting a pair and you're starting up, definitely get you a decent sub, or that's affordable to you. I know you have to do things within your budget, but get a decent sub. And then as you start doing your events, I would upgrade and step up into, a bigger speaker with, or if you want to go passive, these are active. Active means that these speakers have preamps amplifiers already built into them, so you don't have to hook them to an amplifier. So that's the whole situation right here. Passive are speakers. I don't have any passives here to show you. They're at the warehouse, but the passives that we have, of course, you know, they either take speaker wire, or they'll take you know, quarter-inch jacks and stuff like that, and eighth-inch jacks, you know, to hook up to an amplified system or whatever the case may be. If you have an amplifier or preamp or something like that, you would definitely have to hook a passive to that, and they're a lot cheaper than active speakers. So you can get them a few dollars cheaper, and sometimes in some cases a few $100s cheaper, if you are looking for something where you have your own amp and you just want to hook the speakers to it. The good thing about these is that you have the XLR connections, and you can connect other speakers to it. So let's say you had a set of JBLs or Mackies that you wanted to incorporate with these. You can do that, you know, via the connections here, the XLR connections in the back. These connections here, so you can come out of one speaker and go into another one, which would then allow you, you know, to hook up various speakers, kind of put them in a chain type setup, so you can continue on with your sound and stuff of that nature, and get maybe a fuller sound and hopefully some mid-range. You saw on the controller that I did bring up the mid-range the best I could. Well, basically pretty much almost maxed it out, and I did it the highs and the lows on the back of the speaker as well. I showed you high and low pass on there and how it would sound. I didn't do any adjusting much on the EQ on the master mixer that I showed you, the Yamaha. Maybe I should have, but I don't think it would have made too much of a difference. But in my opinion, they're decent speakers for the buck if you're doing small events. I wouldn't recommend this type of speaker if you were doing a big party where, you know, you got 200 or 300 people or more in a big space. I really believe you would overload them and push them too hard. This is a 50 to 100, you know, body type speaker. Yeah, so that's the best I could tell you with it right now. I like the fact that it does have wheels. I mean, it would have been nice if you know, if they added just the handle where you could have pulled the handle here up, you know, to roll them, you know. But I mean, now you just got, when you roll them around, you just got to kind of tilt them this way and kind of pull as you walk, you know, which is not bad. I mean, it's not a big deal. But I mean, for the buck, you know, there are other ones out there: Mackies, JBL, Core and Vegas, Technical Pro. Let's see, you have Rockville. They're getting their speakers done now, and so it's so many different brands that you could check out and try out, passive and active. Most mobile DJs like the ease of an active speaker, so they don't have to carry around amps. When you're doing big events, like when we do concerts and we do festivals, 99% of the time we're using passive speakers, because we want the control of the amp and the compressor limiters and all of those things, and the power, just the sheer power that they're going to put out for us on stage. And then we'll use maybe a powered speaker as stage monitors, or we'll use it for monitoring, you know, for DJs, you know, but that's pretty much the most that we would use those for on stage. But definitely for small events, startup, and you got a small budget, this would be the speaker for you to use. You know, if I had to give it a grade right now for me and my use personally, I would put it around about a C, you know. So that's all I can tell you about it, guys, right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to do more videos about gear and open boxes and stuff like that. Again, Gemini is a good company, and they're not paying me for this. Gemini is a good company. I've purchased mixers from them back in the early days of me starting out to be a DJ, and I've used, a lot of their products. So, this is the first time I've ever used any of their speakers. I would say to you guys, Gemini, that I would, definitely would have put a mid range on it and, stepped the subwoofer up a little bit. But I mean, for the money, you get what you pay for. The cabinet is pretty solid. I don't know what they packed this cabinet with. Maybe one day I'll do a video and we'll open up the cabinet and see what they pack it with and all that. Sometimes they pack them with styrofoam. Some people use wood. Some people use, foamy type of insulation or fibery type of insulation. And that's kind of the downside with a lot of plastic speakers. They just don't sound that good, all the time. So, I mean, to each his own. They're very convenient. Not knocking Gemini or anything. Just, this is my first time dealing with one of their speakers. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you use these and you experienced them already. Let me know how you like them, how you didn't like them, what happened with them if it did. But for the guys just starting out doing some, small fashion shows and, speeches and stuff like that, I think these would work fine. And as they get more into bigger events, then we would definitely have to put them in maybe a JBL or Core & Vega or something like that type of top. These are called tops, and they sit up on stands like this one, which I'm going to do a review on this stand because it's actually made by Technical Pro. So please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and tune back in and we'll talk about the Technical Pro speaker stand that the Gemini is on right now. Okay, thanks.